Taylor, are you ready to go? No? Okay, we ready to go now? No? You're gonna stay? Okay. How many of you have been in this situation? You're trying your best to get your kid to follow directions, but no matter what you do, they're simply not listening to you. Asking a child to do something and having them disobey you is one of the most frustrating experiences in the world. You think to yourself, what is wrong with them? Why won't they do it? Instead of, what am I doing wrong and what can I do differently? In this video, I'm gonna show you 3 big things that you are doing wrong when it comes to getting your kid to follow directions and exactly what to do to help your kid follow your directions every single time. Now, you might not realize this, but in that opening, I made a really, really big mistake. To be honest with you, this is the #1 mistake I see parents make when they want their kid to do something, and then the kid goes and does the opposite. See, I wanted my kid to leave the playground, but instead of giving them a clear direction, I asked them a question. And if you've got a kid and you ask them, do they want to leave the playground? Guess what they're going to say? No. If you ask them, do you want to do your learning time? Guess what they're going to say? The only difference is the I goes in the
middle
and the Y goes at the
end.
Do you want to try spelling some words with A in it?
No.
When we ask our kids questions, we open up the door for our kids to decide, and guess what they're going to choose? Whatever they want to do. And chances are, this is the exact opposite of what you need them to do. Now, hear me clearly here. I don't want you to get me wrong. It's 2024, and I am all for empowerment for our kids. There's all these accounts online saying, ask your kids questions, give your kids choice, and I'm a huge advocate of giving kids choice. Here's the difference. We don't give our kids choice for things that matter. If there's a fire in your home, you don't ask your kid, do you want to go? You say, it's time to go, get out now. When there's something really, really important, you don't ask your kid, you tell them what to do. So here's how I want you to think about this, okay? If there's times and situations in your life where the kid has choice or control, I want you to ask them a question. For example, do you want a cookie for dessert or do you want a brownie? Let them choose because it doesn't matter. If it's time to do learning time, ask them, do you want to start with our letter sounds or do you want to start with our blending? The answer doesn't matter. You're cool either way, so ask the question. But when it comes to things that truly matter, whether it's getting off the playground or anything else in your child's life, if they're not following your directions now, you're probably asking them open-ended questions that you need to honor and respect, instead of giving them crystal clear directions so they know exactly what to do. So picture this. You've got the question part down. You know not to ask your kid if they want to leave the playground because you know they'll say no. So instead, you hit them with something that sounds like this. I think we should leave the playground now. See, what you've done is you've now given your child a suggestion. A suggestion is something that you think they should do, but just like a question, they don't actually have to do because you're not telling them. You're just saying something that you'd like, something that you'd prefer, something that you think. Suggestions often start with I think we should go, or what about if we went? A suggestion is not something your kid has to follow. A suggestion is simply something that you want, but you're too afraid to tell them. Now, don't get me wrong. There are plenty of opportunities during the day when we want to give suggestions to our kids. For example, they're eating dinner. They've got a couple different things on their plate that they haven't eaten. You might say, you know, I'd think about trying those carrots if I were you. Or, what do you think about trying that broccoli? It's a suggestion. They don't have to do it because we're not going to force them to eat anything. We just think it might be smart, so we suggest it to them because giving them the direction, finish your broccoli, is inappropriate. Suggestions are helpful in some cases, but when it matters and we need our kids to do something, I want you to avoid suggesting them, and instead I want you to try directing them with a clear direction of exactly what you need them to do. Now, at this point, I hope I've convinced you that the reason your child is not following your directions is because you're not actually giving them. You're asking them questions or you're giving them suggestions instead of telling them what to do. But if you're watching this video and you're like, Spence, I give great directions, they're still not listening, I bet you it's because you're doing number 3. This is the one that sounds just like a direction, but it's actually not. Number 3 sounds like this. It's time to go. It's time to leave. This is a statement. A statement is simply a sentence. It's not a question because we're not asking something. It's not a suggestion. We're not suggesting something. We're just literally saying something. The sky is blue. The grass is green. It's time to leave. They don't have to do anything because we're not telling them to do anything. We're just telling them something that is true. It is true. It's time to go. When we give our kids statements, our kids say this in their head. They go, okay, so what? There's time for statements. I make statements all day. But when it comes to things that matter, for example, we need our kid to move off the slide because someone's waiting for them at the top. We give them a clear direction. And in this final section, I'm going to show you what directions truly sound like so you can start to implement these with your kids and start to see them follow your directions the first time, every time. Now, at this point, you're probably wondering, what the hell does a direction even sound like? I thought I was giving directions. It turns out I was asking questions. I was offering suggestions. I was simply saying statements. I thought I had it right, but I don't. And I don't want you to beat yourself up. I didn't know any of this stuff before I started teaching. In fact, learning this in front of 25 5-year-olds in a classroom going crazy is not the most fun way to learn these skills. But trust me, I learned this and now I want to share this with you so you feel confident too, all right? So in this case, if we want our kid to come off the playground, there's a couple things we think through. First, we think through what we want them to do. What's the thing you want your child to do? So let's say I want my kid to come over to the bench with me. Next, we think about when we want them to do it. Is this like a 5-minute warning? Is it a 2-minute thing, or do we need them right now to come over with us because it's time to go? For my teachers, you might want to think through volume too. If this is a classroom situation, you want to think through what volume, what level of voice you want your kids at. But for most parents, if we get 2 things right, we get the what they need to do and how quickly they need to do it, we're going to have a lot of success getting our kids to follow those directions. So let's say it's time to go. I've got Taylor here. Instead of asking a question, I'm going to call out to Taylor. Hey, Taylor! That's to get his attention. Once he's looking at me, I've got the attention. I'm gonna give the direction to him. I'm gonna tell him, it's time to go. Come off the slide, come over to daddy on the bench. We need to go right now. And he's gonna know exactly what it is he needs to do when he needs to do it. Now, I'm not saying any of this is easy. In fact, as you get started with giving directions, you're gonna catch yourself falling back into your own patterns. Some of you are question askers. This is what you do. Some of you are statement tellers. This is what you do. You're gonna catch yourself doing these things, but the key is you don't need to be perfect. You just need to keep trying. Try to give your kid clear directions, and as they get better and better and better, your kid's ability to follow those directions is gonna improve as well. So whether you're trying to help your kid with some academic content like the families who work with me, or you're simply trying to help your kid in their day-to-day life follow direction, you've got to know this stuff. And I promise you, this is going to fundamentally change not just your kid's behavior, it's going to change your entire relationship with your kid and your belief about them. Because instead of thinking, oh no, I've just got one of those kids, boys will be boys, I've just got one of those kids, you're going to actually see your kid is 100% capable if you take the time and energy to invest in improving yourself as a person and as a parent. So I hope this video is helpful for you. I wish I had something like this when I was getting started teaching. I'm so glad I had this knowledge coming into the parenting process. And if you want more support and advice with behavior, I've got some other videos on my page. Otherwise, if you want help with teaching your kid how to read, I've got a free training that you can check out as well to help you get started. Remember, you can do this and your kid can do it too. Until next time, I'll talk to you soon.